Welcome to the first ever episode of Fork This City podcast. I'm your co-host Josh Einbinder, joined alongside Gabby Martin.
Hi, my name is Gabby Martin. I'm the content creator behind the Instagram Instagrubs.
And we are coming to you today to share our unfiltered opinions about New York City restaurants, the food scene, and honestly, in general, food as a whole around the world.
We
We
are
are
very
two,
opinionated people. We want
yes.
everyone to hear our opinions, and we found that there is no podcast really getting into the New York City food scene.
And I feel like that's where we can really find our niche kind of. There's so many content creators that make content about food, yourself included, but there's really no one that kind of talks about it week over week. You have Sister Snacking, and they're great. You have Jack's Dining Room, who posts some amazing content, but I really never see people that focus specifically on New York City restaurants and specifically in a podcast.
Yeah, and we're going to be honest here. I have done collaborations with lots of restaurants in New York City, and there's really no room for true opinions there because, right, it's a contract. You are there to promote them. You're not there to drive business away. And this podcast, there are no strings attached. We are totally ready to be honest about our opinions because we do not want to lead our followers astray. We want you guys to only get the best food. And if we could prevent you from having a negative experience, we will be doing that.
And in my mind, if you follow me on Belly, which I know you do, obviously, you know that I'm giving my unfiltered opinion. And we'll get into this on future episodes, but I
Yeah,
really take everything into account, not just the food. I'm talking service, I'm talking water refills, which are probably
yeah.
the single most important thing to me as someone who's, I drink a lot of water. And that's what's
Yeah,
really
Josh
important
does.
is being able to paint the picture of these restaurants as a whole. I feel like, to your point, like all the time, we just hear, oh, this place is great, this place is great, but
Yeah.
I don't want to be that kind of creator. I want to be someone who's completely honest. And if we don't like a place, we're going to tell you that we didn't like it.
Wait, let's plug your belly. Tell everyone your username.
It's at, I think it's just my last name, at Einbinder. I write insanely long reviews if I'm going out to
Yeah.
eat. If it's takeout, it's a little bit shorter just because there's not as much to say. But that is kind of always the highlight of my week is being able to write paragraphs about restaurants,
And
especially bad ones.
Maybe Josh could be our first belly influencer because I don't think I know anyone on the belly app that has like thousands of followers. And it's funny because I have actually turned people on to following Josh on belly and it is weird, but people that I have turned on to it really enjoy it and they're like, "Oh my God, Josh just wrote the most unhinged thing on belly." So plugging that. Okay, moving on. Josh is going to tell you a little bit more about what we're going to do.
So each episode, week over week, we might have a couple a week, we might have only one. We'll kind of figure out the flow as we go. But what we really want to do is be able to target two restaurants a week, kind of give
Hmm.
you our unfiltered opinion about these restaurants. Today, we're giving you two. One is a New York City staple, the other is a new viral moment. We'll
Yeah.
tease those and get to those in a second. So we'll kind of review the restaurant experience all the way from the reservation. We know a lot of restaurants in New York City are very hard to get reservations, all the way through the experience, the service, the food, to ending. Did they have matches or not? That matters.
Match boxes are very important.
That
Yes.
matters.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, in whether that's today's episode or future episodes, we'll talk about things like viral hype, viral moments, social media presence of these restaurants, how hard it is to get a reservation,
Mhm.
as well as scratch this, I don't know what I'm
Everything you
saying.
need to know about
Yeah, everything you
restaurants.
need to know about restaurants, we're gonna be here for you.
Hmm. And then to give you guys a little bit about my background. So, Josh is like the belly king. My experience with food is a little different. So, I run the page Instagrubs on Instagram. I have now 58,000 followers. I would say maybe a micro influencer. Not to toot my own horn,
You
but I've
you
been
are more than
recognized.
a micro influencer.
I
You
have been
are.
recognized on the street twice, never in New York City though, once in Boston and once in Florida. So I was going to give you guys a little bit of a background of how that started for people that are maybe considering starting a food Instagram. Josh, do you think that would be helpful for the people?
I think the people would love to hear that.
Okay, I started the Instagram in 2017 when I was abroad in Tel Aviv. You know, when you're in college, you're not really the most adventurous eater. I don't know about you. I think I was eating like a kid. Honestly,
I
my
didn't
my
start eating sushi till like 2 years ago, so I'm with
yeah,
you.
kind of like that. Like I was like, okay, if there's not pasta or chicken parm, I'm not eating. So basically I had an account there. I created Tel Aviv Eats where I would seek out food I was willing to eat. So no, I was not eating falafel or any of the food people usually eat there. I was like searching for an acai bowl or like, I don't know, something that is more kid friendly. And I didn't have that many followers, but I would post in Tel Aviv. Then I moved to Boston for graduate school. And that's where it really took off. I started just like spam following people, to be honest, engaging with lots of content. I will never forget my first collab. I would ask restaurants to let me come in. They were not reaching out to me. I copied and pasted probably the same message to like every restaurant.
And what
And
restaurant was that? Do you remember?
oh my God. Yes, Stats in Southie
Wow.
in Boston.
Wow.
And it was crazy. I felt like a celebrity. I actually don't like this when I do a collab. They were so hyper focused on me and were coming up to me every second. Is everything okay? Is everything
Mm.
okay? I was like, oh my God, this is too much attention. And ever since I got my first collab, that's kind of what helped me take off because then you tell these other restaurants, oh, I collabed with this restaurant. I think I could help you out. Started getting lots of collabs, started growing. Um, I did have a phase in college that I skipped. It was actually, I called it cleaner than your average. And I only did healthy food because I went through a healthy phase in college. No one wanted to follow that. And the problem was everyone started calling it cleaner than your vag.
Wow.
So yeah, some haters there.
That's incredible.
I think it was out of
People
love.
don't want to follow, there are always going to be fitness influencers and health influencers, but people want food. There's so many foodies
Yeah.
out there. People want to
So
see disgusting 3,000 calorie meals that
yeah,
can't get
a
any of
hundred
that.
percent. If you're trying to start a healthy food Instagram, I honestly don't recommend it.
No.
And I would try to make like gluten-free, oat-free brownies, and they were disgusting. And one time my like college roommate was in an exam next door, and one of my things started burning. And I felt so bad because she's here like taking her final exam while she smelled smoke in the
Oh
kitchen
my God.
and she wanted to kill me, reasonably so. So that was actually prior to Boston and whatever. In Boston, I changed to unhealthy food, took off. Now I'm in New York City. No one recognizes me, but I do get a lot of collaborations.
We will
So
get there
that's
one day.
that's
We
where
will
we're
get
at
there
now.
one day.
That's where we're at now. That's the story of Instagrubs. Follow me.
Follow on Instagram. And then are you on other channels and platforms?
I can't figure out TikTok. That is
It's
why
tough.
Josh is our TikToker.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the thing that I'm most excited to talk about today, the corner store. It's Taylor Swift's favorite restaurant. Sabrina Carpenter was there with Taylor a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
This restaurant is so hard to get into. It feels super premium when you walk in. And it was quite the journey for both of us to get into the restaurant and get a seat.
Ridiculousness.
But I'll leave it up to you first because I know you tried before I did to get in.
Yeah, well, actually, Josh, I missed a big part of the story. So, this company actually reached out to me. I'm not going to throw the name in, I actually don't remember. And they told me that if I paid them, they
Mm,
would get me into the corner store.
mm,
And that didn't sit right with me. But I used my business brain a little bit. And I said, you want to know what? Let's do an Instagrubs collaboration. I will promote your company for getting people into the restaurants, but I'm not going to pay you. So get me the reservation. Let me have a great experience. I will promote you and say everyone needs to buy a reservation from you. Okay.
mm.
They actually agreed to this. I don't think I ever told you this.
You never did.
So they said, okay, what dates are you willing to go? I said, any day of the week. So they said, okay, we're on it. They couldn't get it for me. And they were using bots.
Wow.
So they were like, we're so sorry. Ever since Taylor Swift went, we can't get anyone in. So I said, okay, I'm sorry, this collab's not going to work. I'm not going to promote your business if you can't get the res.
Yeah.
So that happened. And then Memorial Day, oh my gosh, this story kind of pisses me off to this day. I thought that would be a good idea to try to walk into the corner store with one of my friends. So we got online at 3:30. We planned our entire day around this. Like we did a workout class nearby. We showered at the workout class. We ran over to get online. So they opened at 5 o'clock. We were ninth and 10th in line. I did my research and I knew that there were about 12 or 13 bar seats. So I thought we were a shoo-in. Like I was so excited. I made friends online with the people in front of me. We were so excited. The line then was wrapped around the block by the time it was 5. They opened up at 5 p.m. and they started letting people in. And when it was our turn, they said, come on in. And we were like, we made it. We made it. And we got to the front and they said, okay, we're putting your name down on the list of cancellations. And we were like, oh my
Mm,
God. We just like, we just stood outside for an hour and 40 minutes or so. And we said, okay, what are the chances, right? Someone cancels and we get in. The lady looks at us and she goes, none.
I hate that, by the way. Like, I hate
Hey.
that.
And then I asked for matches. You want to know what? No shame. She goes, those are only for people dining here.
I'm gonna stop you right there. It's a miracle that I even decided to go because after hearing
Uh,
that story, if it were any other restaurant, I would never go in
no,
protest.
out
In
of spite.
protest.
Yeah,
Because
they don't deserve us.
I don't know if you've ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm. I always forget, but there's a great episode
Yes.
where he does the Spite stores, and Jonah Hill opens up a Spite restaurant. I think Mila Kunis has a Spite restaurant, and he opens up a Spite kind of like coffee shop next to a guy he doesn't like next to him. That is a level of pettiness I have. If I could afford to open up a restaurant, and I
The
would never
corner
want to.
store, but with a K.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. I would totally do that.
We
That is
should.
so unacceptable to me. Like they
No.
are matches. They probably cost them almost nothing to produce. That they get a zero for that. But I'll let you
Yeah.
continue.
What else oh, okay, okay. So then my friend and I left. The lady told us no chance, right? Stone faced, no chance.
Hmm.
Okay. So then we're like, oh shoot, where do we go? We're like, oh, it's 5 p.m., right? We're in Soho. We'll find a place. Nope, every single place is packed. We can't get into a single place. The night was a bust. I think we ate at La Pacora Bianca actually,
I know
which
you.
we're gonna
Everyone
get to
will.
my opinions on La
Everyone will learn
Pacora.
about your opinion on La Pecora, but
Yeah, we're not gonna get into
no,
that,
we
but
will get to
whatever.
that in one episode.
I ate dinner there, went home. Okay, I'm in bed by 9, perfect night. I'm in pajamas watching TV. I get a text at 10 p.m. Your table is ready.
Heartbreaking.
And I was like, are you kidding me right now? First of all, I wasn't gonna stay in Soho for 5 hours, right? But maybe I would have planned my night around it if there was a chance,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
And then not only did it say your table's ready, it says you have 10 minutes to get there, right? So even if I forgave them for the rudeness I got earlier, I wouldn't have made it.
That
So
is,
that was my first attempt of the corner store. So,
and it leads us to the second attempt, which was a successful attempt to start. I had
well,
started
it
to
wasn't
see
an attempt, I would say. It fell in our lap.
it fell in our lap a little bit, but I had
Yeah.
started to see reservations pop up for the corner store on my Resi in like late July. They were
Well,
for
because Josh randomly got crown status, which we don't understand how.
I
That's
don't
why.
understand how either, but um, I kept seeing the times. They were really bad times. It was like 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, or it was like 11 o'clock on a Sunday, which obviously you make it work if you want to go to these places, but
Yeah.
they're not the best times. But I always saw them pop up. I saw them pop up for two people, usually at the bar. It's
Mm.
a random Sunday night. I had already eaten dinner. I think I had Thai food. Like I literally had so much chicken pad Thai. And a
Oh, well,
reservation pops up
100%.
and a reservation pops up for the corner store at 9 p.m., which it's a Sunday night, but a 9 p.m. time is like not terrible. There are way worse
Right.
times than 9
Every
p.m.
other time popping up was past 10 o'clock.
I send a screenshot to you and a few friends, and I'm like, wow. And the response we get back from Gabby is, we're going. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
we're
come
going.
on. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
8:30. I'm lying on the couch. I have a stomach full of pad thai. There's no chance.
Yeah.
When I tell you this girl has so much pull, she's like, we're going, and I don't want to hear about it. We
Yeah.
get ready, we get dressed, we're in Uber within 10 minutes of booking the reservation, and we got to
Right.
the corner store.
Because, yeah, I think Josh likes me because I'm very spontaneous,
Hmm.
right? I'm willing to go on an adventure. And not only was it for two people, right? It was a corner store reservation for four people. And I feel like that's the part I need to stress more of. That was not popping up for you before.
No, only two.
And we wanted to go in a group. We had friends we wanted to go with. And I said, Josh, we're never getting one for four again. Like, suck it up, get out of bed, get
Yeah.
dressed, and go.
In hindsight,
And
I'm so glad you did that because
yeah.
since then they've moved to DoorDash for the reservations, which I actually think is very unique because
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, no other restaurant really that I know is on DoorDash. But when you look at kind of like your holy grail of New York City restaurants and like restaurants that are hard to get into, I think of Teresi, Fort Charles. I think of the Corner Store.
Yeah.
To me, those are like the big three. Like those are the three that, and I guess the Polo Bar if you want to
I was gonna
include
add,
that
yeah.
too. And so I always look every day, especially in the summer. I was like, does Fort Charles have a reservation? Does Teresi have a reservation? Does the corner store have a reservation? And to see this pop up with four people, once in a lifetime moment, because after that, I've only gotten a couple notifications that a reservation was open. And obviously, since they moved to DoorDash, I've not seen one reservation available.
And they were never for four people again, I thought.
Never. Only for two after. And I offer them to my coworkers who I know are very excited about this podcast too.
Did they go?
No, none of them have gone, but I've told them that if I get it again, I will book it for them and they can go on my behalf.
Yeah. Well, you have to act on it really fast. That's why I was
Really
getting
fast.
annoyed. Josh was like, should we? Should we not? Should we? And I was
Yeah.
like, book it. Book it right now.
I was just like, I had dinner. Like the lure of it alone, I was like, I have to go, but I just Sunday night,
Yeah.
work the next day, Sunday scaries, like, you don't really, it's tough. It's tough to make a
Josh is so
decision.
lame. Well, you
Yeah.
want to know what's weird though? Remember, I didn't eat before.
You didn't eat. No,
Like,
that was your dinner. So
yeah, like it worked out for me, but I guess 8:30, I don't know. I usually don't eat that late, but it's almost like it was a sign.
it was a sign. And now let's talk about the actual experience itself, because I think
Yeah.
this is what the people want to hear, especially
Yeah.
for those who haven't been. I
And
kind of,
we're gonna be unbiased to my previous experiences there of
yes,
them being rude. Okay.
yes, yes. My perception going in was like, okay, it was going to feel very elitist. And before we walked in, I was thinking it might be a little like Hillstone-esque, especially with the menu, because like you see the menu items, it's giving like elevated Hillstone. That's another episode where we'll talk about how
Yeah,
much
we're
I
not
hate
gonna get into
Hillstone.
that.
But
Yeah.
that's kind of how I perceived it to be, was like that kind of vibe. And they sat us in more so the front. If anyone who's ever been there, it's the bar, and then there are a couple tables, and then the back dining room. They sat us on one of, what would you say, like
No,
two,
it wasn't
three?
a tables. It was very bizarre. So it was like
Yeah,
it's the 12, right? The 12 bar seats that whatever didn't get. Then there's a singular table,
yeah.
and then there's the back room.
And
So
that's
we
not like the
got
poor people table, by the way. That's
so
what
no,
that
we
felt like.
didn't. No. That's not what happened. We said either A, this is where they seat a celebrity, so everyone can see them,
Mm.
or B, these are the losers that get the 9 p.m. reservation on a Sunday
Yeah.
night.
I felt like that was the poor person's table, honestly.
I don't know what it was. Maybe corner
This is
store. Let us know what that table is for.
this is straight out of a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, another episode where the restaurant is divided by like attractive people and not attractive people. And that's how I
Oh
felt
my.
about being in the corner store. Was like, okay, all the people
We're
who
the
like
uglies.
all the people who are important go in the back. And everyone who's just like
Really?
yeah, everyone who gets a Resi notification, they can go in the front. That's how I felt. I'm sure it's not true.
It was one
Um,
table smack in the middle.
and the service was genuinely good. Our waiter was very friendly. He did forget our fries, which I did
Well,
dock
wait, I'm
20
gonna
off
get into
of.
what we ordered.
But in general, the vibe was great. I did like the back room when we took photos in the back there. Like that was a
Wait, you're
very nice.
jumping ahead. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
that's
jumping,
part
I'm
of the
just giving a
story.
preview.
Okay.
But in general, that front table where we sat, I wish we sat in the back room, but they're bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone from the corner store ever hears this, like I really want to know what that table is for because it's one table just in between.
Yeah. And it's so
Um,
obvious. Like it's just it
it's
stands out like a
weird.
sore thumb. It really
Taylor
does.
Swift, where did you sit when you went to the corner store? Let us know.
Yeah, Taylor, Sabrina, just DM us.
Because maybe they
Sabrina,
got that table.
yeah, you never
I
know.
doubt it, but
I doubt it.
okay.
I doubt it.
Um, okay, so moving on into like what we ordered, and then we could talk to each thing. It's hard because it was a Sunday night, 9 p.m., but everyone knows the cocktails, right? They're posted about, especially the sour cream and onion martini, from one not martini fan lover to another.
Hmm.
We did not like the sour cream and onion martini, and I don't know why. I think it's really cool that it comes with sour cream and onion chips, but I don't know. What did you think, Josh? I didn't like it.
I appreciate a lot of these restaurants that try to kind of innovate or do something unique with cocktails, but
Yeah.
sometimes cocktails don't need to be these crazy things. I know at Bar Bonobo in Chelsea, they have like the popcorn one with popcorn on the side. I'm okay with just a regular martini. I don't even like martinis. I like
No,
bourbon
that's another
straight
story,
up.
our martini story.
Yeah, but I think it's a cool concept, and I think that's part of what gives this place so much like lore and attention is like
Yeah.
the concepts and what they serve, like the pizza rolls. But at the end of the day, because I think also because it was a Sunday night and I had already eaten, I was like not really feeling the cocktails either. I was just like, I'm not really in the
Yeah.
mood. So the next time we go back there, I would like to give it a second try and kind of see if that
Oh,
changes my
really?
opinion. Yeah, I would.
Let me know how we're gonna get back in. especially after, I don't know, after
I
this
think
podcast.
I think you need DoorDash Pass or Door Dash Pass. So that's
Maybe.
next on our list to get.
And then we also got the cereal milk cocktail. I don't really know what it was called. I thought it was really good. It did not taste like alcohol, in my opinion. I thought it tasted like cereal milk, but I know you don't agree.
Um, Honestly, I don't even remember it that well,
You didn't
but
like it.
I don't I never felt strongly about any of the drinks we had there. That's
Okay. I like the
that's
cereal milk one. I would get it again, actually.
yeah. And it was you and Jillian who ordered the drinks in the first place anyways. I think Jamie and I didn't even bother with the drinks on
Yeah,
Sunday
it
night.
was more just like we got in, we have to try it,
Yeah.
and we don't know when we're going back next.
Yeah.
And okay, so some of the moving on from the cocktails, we ordered the lobster rolls, pizza rolls, Caesar salad, French dip, the French fries, which were forgotten that we'll talk about, the
Hmm.
Samoa sundae, and the apple pie. So I'll speak to the lobster roll because I know you don't eat lobster.
Yes.
I am not a big lobster person. I think the lobster roll was phenomenal. I split it with one of our friends that were there with us. I thought it was absolutely delicious. 10 out of 10 would get it again. So if you're going, definitely get the lobster roll. Next up is the pizza roll. What did you think of the pizza roll?
I think it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. And I don't know if this will make sense, but it, pizza roll in general gives like hot dog in a blanket a little bit, like a little lazy, easy to make. Like there's not a
Oh,
lot of things special
yeah.
about it. I thought there was nothing wrong with it. Like it wasn't bad by any means, but I wasn't like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever had. And I think everything I see online with the corner store is like, you have to get the pizza rolls. You have to get the pizza rolls.
Yes, very
And
much so.
when I bit into it, I was like, okay, like it's good, but I don't think this is deserving of everyone saying like this is the thing to get at the corner store.
I hate to tell you this, if we got the pizza roll at a different place, we would have been like, this tastes frozen and gross. I think
Probably, you're
because we knew
probably
it was the
right.
corner store, we're like, oh, this is good. I
Yeah.
actually didn't like it either. However, I'm not a pizza roll person to begin with, but I knew we had to try it.
The Caesar salad I thought was good, but again, I think Caesar salads are hard to differentiate. Like a lot of them blend together for me.
I actually disagree.
Really, I love a good Caesar salad. I just like there's not a lot of variation you can have in a Caesar salad. I did think the dressing was good, which I appreciated. I know some dressings can taste a little bit fishy, especially with
Yeah.
Caesar salads, but I thought the dressing was very good.
Oh, I actually disagree with you. So I think Caesar salad, yes, it is the same ingredients. You can't spice it up, right? You can't be
Hmm.
like, oh, this is a spicy Caesar. Maybe you could, but
Hmm.
I've had bad Caesars in my life. They can be bad. And
You can
theirs
definitely get
was
a bad Caesar salad,
That's what I'm
100%.
saying. So the
Yeah.
thing is, like, yes, it's the same ingredients. It all should be very similar, but I thought theirs was actually really good.
Hmm.
I wouldn't, it's not to die for, I don't think by any means, but I loved they had the cream cheese balls, the fried cream cheese
Yes.
balls.
Yes, I
Those
did
were
like
good.
that a lot. That was very good.
Like,
I like that
yeah.
it was like a bagel kind of.
If
Like
we if we go
like the
back,
pizza
I would
rolls.
get the Caesar again.
Totally, totally. I'm not talking about like your run-of-the-mill chains, the Chops, the Just Salads, the Sweet Greens, like with their Caesar salads. I just like
Oh,
these kinds of
gross.
restaurants that always have these Caesar salads. I'm like, I feel like I could have had this Caesar salad from the corner store at a lot of different restaurants, honestly.
Exactly. And
You
you
know,
want to know what? Like, yeah, the food at corner stores is really good. It shouldn't be impossible to get. That's the thing.
thousand
Okay,
percent.
moving on to the French dip. Loved.
Thought it was great. So much better than Hillstones. So much better.
Never had Hillstone's French dip.
Now we split this among four people, so like I get that it really I felt like the portion was like a little smaller than I would have liked, even though I know it's not meant to be shared among four people. It was
Mhm.
very good though. I felt the bread was really good, and the meat, of course, was very fresh, very tasty. In general, though, again with French dips, it's all about the quality of the meat to me and how it's prepared, and I thought they did a really good job with this
I
French
thought it
dip.
was really good. I also feel like I haven't had French dip since I was like 10 years old, and it's making a comeback.
The au jus is very important for the
Oh, is
French
that
dip.
the sauce?
Yes,
Yes.
that is very important. If it's not good, and it was very good at the corner store.
What's it called? Au jus?
Au jus, yeah.
Kind of sounds like a sneeze. Au jus.
Au jus.
Au jus sauce. Yeah, no, it was really good. It's like very thin, very hot. Big
But
fan.
I would have liked the fries because the fries would have been would have been nice to dip
Oh,
into the sauce. And
we
that
got
is
the
what bothers.
trio, right? All the
Yes.
sauces. Yeah.
Yes. And our waiter was really nice, very friendly. He knew we were excited to be there. Like he could tell.
Oh, he smelled how eager we were to be there. It was honestly pathetic.
My issue still is that, like, I just don't know how you forget fries like that. Like they're French fries. It's a side. Like that to me is like you should never be
Ugh.
forgetting such a small thing like that.
Yeah. And also, what we forgot to mention when we were in there, we were smiling ear to ear.
We
Do you
were,
remember? The
yeah.
waiter came over and we're all like,
I actually took, this is actually a fun fact. You know, in the French dip, each piece had like the metal like flags in them or whatever.
oh, right, to like
I
hold
took,
it, like a toothpick to hold it together.
yeah, but it was like metal. Like it
It
wasn't
was a little
like,
nicer. Yeah.
yeah, I took it because I wanted it. And I don't know where it is today, but I do have it somewhere in my apartment and I treasure it.
It's a keepsake.
Yeah, a
Those
thousand.
got thrown in the garbage anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they reuse them, so it's fine.
Yeah, so they forgot the fries. I don't
And the
think that
what?
should be happening at the corner store.
No, the water refills
Eh,
were good. This was before I started
I don't
rating my
remember
water
that.
refills on Belly, so I don't have a rating for it, but I do remember them being on top of it, especially because the restaurant wasn't overly crowded at the time, which is crazy
It
because
was
then
kind of
why
empty.
couldn't people make reservations then? That's crazy to me.
You're right, it was empty.
It was, especially that back was did not have every table filled.
I know, that's funny now that we think about it. Okay, so anything else about the mains before we move on to dessert?
I just in general, I thought the food was good, really good actually.
Mm,
But to your point, I just don't think it should be this hard to get into. I think that the corner store should, and all restaurants that are really hard to get into, should have some kind of system where the ResX or the bots aren't taking up all the reservations. It really infuriates me how hard it is to make a reservation in New York City. I understand
yeah.
like how these places, want to make it so like they're a level above, a Hillstone or those kinds of places, but it shouldn't be this hard. And the point of entry should not be like this at all.
Yeah. So the Samoa Sunday, the star of the show, in my opinion. I don't know if you agree. The best dessert, like one of the top five desserts I've ever had. I hate to admit
Crazy.
it, you kind of walk in the
Crazy,
corner store
crazy.
and we were like, yeah, we're happy to be there, but we also wanted to hate it, right? We wanted to be like, it's not even
I
that
love
good.
I'm a certified hater. I would have loved to have been like this
Yeah,
wasn't a good meal.
we're big haters and we
Yeah.
we wanted to be able to hate on it and been like, not worth it. So that's Samoa Sunday. I would go back just for that. It
It
there
was
was
good, but
crunch in every bite.
I'm a
Like,
chocolate dessert guy though, so none of the desserts did it for me there.
well,
They
their
just
whole
didn't.
thing there is like it's elevated kid food. At least that's
Yeah.
how I thought about it. So it's the whole Samoa Sunday is the what is it called? The Girl Scout cookie.
Yeah.
And I don't even like Samoas, which is funny, but that dessert to me was a 10 out of 10.
Can we just sidebar that love Boy and Girl Scouts? I do not like those cookies at all. They are some
You
of the
don't like
worst
Girl
cookies.
Scout cookies?
No, they're terrible and they're
What?
so small. They're like Oreos. Oreos, if you're listening, the size of Girl Scout cookies and Oreos have decreased year over year since I was little. Same with Malamars. Actually, that's my biggest problem with
Really?
them. I know it's expensive to produce, but my God, like let's get back to normal sizes for these cookies.
I didn't know this. Good
I mean,
fun
I don't
fact, I
know
guess.
scientifically if that's true, but I can feel it.
You
I can
feel
sense
that
it
way.
in my bones. Yeah.
Okay, well, we care about how you feel. And I didn't realize that you don't like Girl Scout cookies, which is bizarre because Thin Mints are superior. Put them in the freezer,
Uh-uh.
pop one in your mouth when you're just like walking by the kitchen. Ugh, I don't agree. So, also, I think this podcast is going to be successful because we really are not afraid to disagree with one another,
No, no, and that's good.
right?
That's key.
Yeah, we will give you a run for our money. So then the other dessert I'll let you speak to because I think that's what you liked more.
I like the apple pie. I think this will not shock some people who know me. I don't like pie. So as good as it was,
I
there
don't like pie either.
you know what I say, Gabby? The only thing I like is a pizza pie because in my mind it's just like I don't like dessert pies. Apple pie, pumpkin
I don't like
pie,
pie either.
blueberry pie, it's not for me. If a dessert doesn't have chocolate in it, I'm out. Like
I agree
I
most of the time. Yeah.
the apple pie was very good. Apple pie to me is like I can't explain it. It's not a dessert. It's like
Wait, I
a
thought you liked it more than me, but I guess we're on the same
it
page
was
that it
no,
was
it
fine.
tasted good, and I knew I had to try it because like I'm at the corner store probably only one time. I
Yeah.
just pies. It's just pie is
I
just so
will.
like
I will say that pie was freaking gorgeous.
it was. The
I don't know
presentation
how they
of
did that.
all the dishes were very good, and I like the lobster roll presentation a lot too.
Oh, also the vanilla ice cream that came with the apple pie was really
That
good. I
was
think,
good. That was
yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
they
Yeah, and
did
I
that
don't like
right.
vanilla ice cream either, but that's okay.
Only
I like,
chocolate.
I like chocolate. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, that sums up what we got at the corner store. I think overall we loved it. Like I hate to say it, we wanted to hate. The food was really good, but I don't think it should be impossible to get. Like that should be the standard for every American restaurant.
But do you not feel that it gives Hillstone a little bit like Hillstone vibes? Maybe not the interior of the restaurant, but the food itself.
I like Hillstone, so it's hard to compare. I
That's
think the corner store is way better.
the corner store is definitely better, but I just feel like it. I can get into Hillstone any day. The timing might not be great, but like you can always get into Hillstone usually, and that's how I feel at the corner store. Like maybe I wouldn't be able to get in tonight at 7 p.m., but like I should be able to get in at an off hour, and
It's
and
it's
that's what's
l-
so frustrating about the corner store.
elevated American food.
Yeah, a thousand
Yeah.
percent. So let's close this for a second and move to the next topic, which I am so excited to talk about. Is everyone's favorite gourmet grocer in New York. He's viral on TikTok. Brokeback Contessa, I think is his
Yep.
username. Meadow Lane. Meadow
Meadow
Lane
Lane.
has taken the internet by storm
Hmm.
with their model bouncers outside, with the chicken salad, the chicken tenders. We've all seen the bad PR. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. Like, we've seen the uncooked tenders. We saw the rat from when they were building the store still.
I
We've seen
actually
the
think I actually want you to go over the bad social media because I actually wasn't following this.
so he got a lot of bad press. And at first, before I went, I was kind of like, oh, it seems justified, but I'm gonna defend Brokeback Contessa here for a second. I'm sorry I don't know your real name. I think it's a little unjustified. It's so hard opening up. I know it's not a restaurant, but it's so hard opening up a restaurant, a grocery store, and having everything run smoothly, especially when you've never done it before. Um, when they were building the store, I think it was a video from June 2025. There was a video of a rat just walking around the store that someone captured. On like day two of it
Mm,
being open, someone had
that's
raw
rough.
chicken nuggets, which
I
is
did see the raw chicken finger.
that's bad because that obviously could harm someone, and I think that's like a real miss on quality control, whether that was him or staff members. But in general,
Yeah.
like what I'll defend him on is he's working out the kinks. It's really hard to get everything perfect, especially when you open and when you have that much volume, so many people lining up, so many people expecting the greatness. I think it's just so hard. We went last week. We
Not
waited for
we.
like
I didn't go.
a week. Yeah, I went with my sister. Um, we only waited like 5 minutes. I was surprised how small the shop is. Like it's really not big. And in general, my takeaway was that you could get a lot of these items at a normal supermarket. There were Goodles, there was Tate's cookies. Um, I didn't try the chicken salad because I don't like chicken salad. I did try the chicken tenders.
Mm.
I thought they were good.
Were
I
they
didn't
cooked?
think they were cooked. Yes, they were
Okay,
very,
good.
very crispy. We got them like they were piping hot. They had just come out with them.
Wait, weren't there none when you got there and you
There
had to
were none when
wait?
we got there, so we loitered a little bit. We loitered. We went to the merch area. I did get a t-shirt. I have to say
He's like a
also,
hater, but he buys a t-shirt. Like
I'm a
make that
hater,
make
but I'm
sense.
not hating too much on Meadow Lane, in fairness. I feel like I
Yeah,
like see
you're supporting them, I
I
would
see
say.
the criticism of Meadow Lane, but I also see the good in Meadow Lane. I'm worried about its long-term health as a store. I think it might be a little bit like Little Sweet Treat, where it kind of the hype's going to die down, and I'm not sure how many people will always go. But
Well,
for
if you
him,
only waited 5 minutes, the hype already died down because Little Sweet Treat's line lasted longer than that.
that's true. And we'll get into Little Sweet Treat on another episode.
Yeah,
I
not
just
we don't want to give it all away today. We have
no,
so much to
we have a
say.
lot to talk about. A lot to
Yeah.
talk about. I just in general with Meadow Lane, like I don't really know if I see the hype. It was cool to go to. Um, it was very expensive. I think the chicken salad, the chicken nuggets, and the t-shirt ran me almost $70,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
very expensive. I mean, I
Thought your
get sure
sister
it's
bought it for you.
no, I bought it for myself. She
Wow.
bought her own, and I gave her my chicken nuggets actually. So she
Oh,
actually
you're
got a
so
better deal.
generous.
It's just because I opened it, I couldn't figure out how to close the chicken nugget box again. So I was like, here, you take it. And I was just like, God,
You
I
take it
need it.
home.
But it was
But
good. And
you would never admit that to her. You just gave it to her.
no, I just gave it to her because
Yeah.
out of the kindness of my heart, right?
Yeah.
I I don't think I'll ever go back. Not because it was bad, just because I don't need to go back to a grocery store that's so crazy expensive. But
Mhm.
good for him doing his thing. I think he'll keep working out the kinks. I would love to see two things: lower prices one day, and I still think the line, like, let's the line. I don't want to wait in line for a grocery store. I don't want to wait in line, period, for
You're waiting
anything.
in line. Okay, well, I guess this kind of segues into my opinion of Meadow Lane with the
Mhm.
line stuff. I haven't been, so I don't have an opinion. However, when Josh And his sister sent me a picture of what Meadow Lane was like going to be. I was like, where's that place? It's stunning. I was like, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's a grocery store. That intrigued me because what I think about when I think about a grocery store is I think of Trader Joe's on a Sunday at 2
Oh
p.m.
my God, the worst place to be.
Right. And yeah, you're complaining about a line outside at Meadow Lane. Try walking into Trader Joe's on a Sunday and the line is already wrapped around the whole building into where the produce is already there, like when you walk in.
Hmm.
And maybe it's so bad to the point that the line is then weaving through the aisle. So you have to try to like shop over and under people and you're dodging it, right? That is my worst nightmare. That is my personal hell. And if I could shop at a place like Meadow Lane with the aesthetic and no line at the same price as Trader Joe's, right? That would be a dream. That's the only opinion I have.
No, I agree. I think I don't grocery shop because I eat out 99% of the time, which is really bad. But
It's very bad.
Trader Joe's is insane. Like they move the line along quickly. I feel like they have the registers down, but it's ridiculous how crowded it
It's-
gets.
yeah. So stressful.
So I do appreciate like the bouncers and only letting in X amount of people. I just
The bouncers?
Yeah, the bouncers was
Is that
crazy.
what they call them?
Yes, I was a little bit disappointed. Now, Brokeback, if you're listening, I'm sorry to say this. The bouncer I had last weekend, I was expecting like model status, but he was actually a
Are
very
you
nice
saying he
guy.
wasn't that attractive?
No, like he was fine, but
At
I
the
just
corner store, he would be seated at the front.
yeah, he'd be where we were sitting. I just I thought I'd get something else and I didn't.
I don't think they're known for having good-looking
Yes,
bouncers.
yes they are. Look at opening. They had two like model bouncers at the front.
I know, but that might not have been intentional.
I will say the sweatpants that they sell there look insane. They look really comfy and really cool. I don't look good in sweatpants because I'm 5'4", but they did look good.
Yeah, Josh is like saying he'll never go back, but he's willing to wear all of their merch. So send us some merch, Madeline. We
Brokeback,
will wear it.
Brokeback. I have the T-shirt. I'm down to get. If you want to send us the crew neck, the sweatpants, I will wear
Yeah.
it. We will give it away on this podcast. Whatever
Oh,
you
that'd be a
want.
fun giveaway. Yeah, like we support small business owners.
We do. We
And
do.
he's trying, and it's a very niche target market, right? Like he's
Yeah.
going for very elite people, but you want to know what those people exist in New York City.
And they're
They
gonna
do.
exist in almost every city you go to, especially
Right.
um,
Am
these
I
big
shopping there?
metropolitan
No.
areas.
But people are probably going to, just so they
Look,
could say they do.
also the produce looked really fresh. I'll give him that. Like the eggplants that he had were looked incredible. Like they really, really did. So we'll see how it pans out over the next few months. I think I gave it a 7.5 on Belly. I just don't know how to properly rate a grocery store. It was good, but like I'm not going to give it a 9 plus. I don't think it's deserving of that.
I don't think you should rank grocery stores on Belly.
I ranked it because I had the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't rank
I
Trader
would
Joe's
never
on
rank Trader Joe's.
Belly.
I did see someone ranked Whole Foods the other day, and that really bothered me.
That's weird.
Like the Whole Foods hot bar is
It's not a
disgusting.
restaurant.
It's disgusting.
Maybe if Belly had its own like category for grocery stores, just so we knew like what each other liked. Like, oh, I wonder what Josh's like rating
Oh,
of grocery stores are.
I I like that. Elliot and Judy, if you're watching this, if you're listening, grocery store category would be amazing.
Yeah, if it was in its well, first of all, don't know who Ellie and Judy are. I'm
They're the
guessing those are the
co-founders of
Belly.
Belly.
Yeah, okay. I was yeah, like I don't want to see how that compares to the corner store, right? Like corner store, Whole Foods, Prince
Yeah,
Street Pizza, like
yeah.
that's ridiculous. But if it was in its own category, that would be kind of fun to look at.
I agree. Because then you could rate like Erewhon or like Wegmans, Publix. Like I like
Yeah,
the
like I
idea of
want
that.
to it
Also,
was just curiosity,
it would be cool like in other countries. Some countries have really amazing grocery stores. Not
right?
necessarily from like a food like prepared food standpoint, but like when I was in Switzerland, like the produce there looked so beautiful and so nice. Like I would love to be able to rate that.
You would love to write a Belly review about it.
I'm not going to right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's really gonna wrap it up for our first episode because we do not want to give away too much. We just have so much to say. We did go on a few tangents here, but I don't think we gave away too much.
No, we didn't. This has been very fun.
This
I'm
has been
very
so fun. I kind of want to keep going.
I want to keep going. I want to record a second episode right now.
Okay, okay, we'll talk about it.
We're gonna plug our socials. We're at Fork This City Pod on Instagram. I'm at Jay. I'm Binder on Instagram. You're at Instagrubs.
With
And I don't
two
know
Z's.
with two Z's. Um, you know, in general, our Instagram page will be a place where we'll do giveaways, we'll post our reviews, we'll post content, we'll post clips from the podcast. So if you don't want to watch the full episode, which will be on Spotify later today, you don't have to. We're on YouTube at Fork This City. We're on TikTok at Fork This City. Follow us on all platforms.
Please share this with your friends. We are so excited to bring this podcast to you.